some exciting news from the world of business. COVID-19 disrupts government sell-off plans. The market disruption caused by the COVID-19 pandemic has forced the government to extend bid deadlines multiple times for its showpiece privatization programs of BPCL and Air India, while stake sale of other state-owned companies are also facing delays. This will affect the disinvestment targets for the current year, as big-ticket stake sales may take time to materialize. After initializing the disinvestment process for Air India in January, the government in June extended the deadline to bid for the national carrier by 2 months till August 31st. The government originally started the process to sell 76% in Air India in 2018, but later changed strategy to sell its 100% stake to attract buyers. With airlines being at the front line of disruption caused by COVID-19, attracting buyers at an attractive valuation will be challenging for the loss-making national carrier. Provisioning knocks off 27% of private banks' profits in the first quarter. Private banks continue to shore up their COVID-19 provisioning in June 2020 quarter, even as moratorium on loan repayments masked asset quality stress with fewer slippages and insignificant change in gross non-performing assets. An analysis of top private lenders Q1 earnings shows on an aggregate basis, contingent provisioning made towards likely deterioration in the asset quality because of the COVID pandemic shaved about 27% of their operating profit. The impact, however, varies across banks based on segmental and customer exposure and internal risk assessment, as well as the quantum of COVID-19 related provisioning made in the March 2020 quarter. India's gold demand in April to June plunges 70% on COVID-19 disruptions. This is an 11-year low for the World Gold Council. The lowest demand in recent times was witnessed in the January to March quarter of 2009 at 64 tons. India's gold demand during the quarter was valued at rupees 26,600 crore, down by 57% as compared to rupees 62,420 crore in the same period last year. The World Gold Council data has shown. The total jewellery demand in India decreased by 74% to 44 tons as compared to 168.6 tons in the April to June quarter of 2019. The value of jewellery has gone down by 63% in the same period for last year. The total investment demand for the quarter at 19.8 tons was also down by 56% in comparison to 44.5 tons in the same period last year. Government notifies new rules for e-commerce entities. The government has notified new rules for e-commerce companies, including mandatory display of country of origin on their products, and said any non-compliance will attract penal action. The Consumer Protection E-commerce Rules 2020 were notified of this on Thursday. The new rules will be applicable to all electronic retailers registered in India or abroad, but offering goods and services to Indian consumers. The violation of these rules will attract penal action under the Consumer Protection Act 2019. According to the new rules, the e-commerce players will have to display the total price of goods and services offered for sale along with a breakup of any other charges. Indian businesses resilient despite COVID-19 impact, says HSBC report. Many Indian businesses have shown high preparedness and have made contingency plans for the future and continue to operate as normal despite the significant impact of COVID-19, says a report. According to HSBC's Navigator report, 46% of Indian businesses covered under a survey felt very strongly impacted by the pandemic, yet 54% felt that they were well prepared as they could possibly be. The survey was conducted on more than 2,600 companies across 14 global markets, including 200 firms from India. Despite the high level of impact faced by Indian businesses, 29% of those surveyed said that they are operating as normal, and this level was second highest across all markets behind mainland China, the report said. In a major boost to India, Apple begins production of iPhone 11 in Chennai. In what comes as a major boost to the Make in India campaign, Apple, one of the world's largest companies, has begun production of its flagship iPhone 11 in India. As per latest reports, the iPhone 11 will be produced at the Foxconn plant near Chennai. The move by Apple has many different tangents. Traditionally, large number of Apple phones are assembled in China, but strained US-China relations could be a reason why iPhone production, at least to some extent, has been shifted to India. Apple is said to be considering a plan to make the new iPhone SE at the Winston plant near Bengaluru. Apple is reported also planning to ship out the iPhone from India in order to reduce its dependence on China. Chinese smartphone maker OnePlus accidentally exposes hundreds of customer emails. Chinese smartphone maker OnePlus has reportedly exposed hundreds of customer email addresses while sending out a mass mailer for a research study to a select number of users. Instead of putting email IDs of customers in the blind carbon copy field, that is BCC, the company ended up pasting email addresses directly in the Send To field. The exact number of users affected in this goof-up is currently unknown, but one among the listed told Android police that the number is in hundreds. OnePlus was yet to comment on the development. Flipkart Group on Thursday announced the acquisition of Walmart India and launched a new digital marketplace called Flipkart Wholesale to tap into the retail market in India. Flipkart has acquired 100% stake in Walmart India, which operates the best price cash and carry business. The acquisition was announced with the launch of Flipkart Wholesale, a new digital marketplace to help transform the Kirana retail ecosystem in India. Flipkart Wholesale will be headed by Ardash Menon, who is a veteran at Flipkart. Samir Agarwal, the Chief Executive Officer at Walmart India, will remain with the company to ensure a smooth transition, after which time he will move into another role within Walmart. The announcement comes a week after Flipkart has said it has raised $1.2 billion in funding from a Walmart-led investor group. The center pushes business travel to rebuild economic links. India is considering further easing restrictions on business-to-business travel from select countries as the country's focus on reviving livelihoods gradually gathers momentum. With growing global interest in India, especially since the country received about $17 billion in foreign direct investment from tech majors including Amazon, Facebook, and Microsoft, the government believes the current restrictions on international travel need to be eased. The government is also considering allowing Indians who wish to travel outside of the country to do so on the condition that the countries they are traveling to do not have embargoes on incoming travel. Analysts, however, point out that along with the easing of travel norms, the government would need to revise its safety protocols. Amway to invest additional rupees 100 crore. The direct seller bets on e-commerce amid coronavirus. Direct selling FMCG firm Amway India is looking to invest an additional rupees 100 crore over the next 2 years to fuel its growth plans in the country, a top company official has said. Sensing growth opportunities in online sales due to changing consumer behavior amid the COVID-19 pandemic, the company is working on boosting its supply chain and home delivery network to meet customer requirements. Amway has committed an investment of rupees 1,000 crore in India, which includes an investment of 600 crore to set up its manufacturing facility in Nellakottai, Tamil Nadu. Amway India CEO Anush Budraja said that they will be making the additional investment to boost manufacturing automation and digital initiatives over the next 2 years.
The most fascinating water world on earth, the Great Backwaters, Kerala.
Government amends certain Indian accounting standards. Indian Accounting Standards 103 and 116, as well as some other standards, have been amended by the Corporate Affairs Ministry amid the coronavirus pandemic. Amidst the pandemic, several lessors have extended rent concessions to lessees. However, applying the Indian Accounting Standards 116 requirements for change to lease payments could have posed practical difficulties in the current situation. Against this backdrop, the ministry has amended the rules whereby entities would get relief from lease modifications accounting due to COVID-19 related rent concessions. The amendments can be followed by lessees for annual reporting periods beginning or after April 1st, 2020. A notification was issued on Friday to amend the company's rules 2015, and the amendment rules were finalized by the ministry in consultation with the National Financial Reporting Authority. Well, that's it for today's episode. Thanks so much for watching. Do like and subscribe to our channel. Till next week, stay safe and do take care.